Your biggest problem is not knowing what you're doing wrong and feeling confused. I know that because I've been there myself and I had that same exact feeling. And let me say this, right? The game is amazingly fun when you remove that confusion of like, what am I doing wrong? How can I improve? Anything that you want in this game that is related to getting better, be it ranking up, getting more elo, hitting clips, or mastering a specific weapon or a character, they all benefit from your ability to review your replays properly and make the right decisions afterwards. No one has ever explained this in a straight to the point practical way, so I'm gonna teach you exactly how I do it step by step in this video, which is far better than any other video out there. If your goal in this game is purely improvement and getting better, but you're confused on how to exactly do that, this channel is your vehicle to getting what you want. So like and subscribe right now and I'll produce the best content possible for you. By the way, if you want to learn the specific process that got me these insane results you see on screen right now, check it out for free in the first link in the description. Step 1. Have a better understanding of the game mechanics. You won't be able to identify the problems if you don't have a clear understanding of the game's fundamentals. So this should be your priority. Learn the basics. When I say the basics, I'm not talking about like true combos or dodge read, no. I'm talking about like spacing, neutral, advantages, disadvantages, and decision making, etc. Right? There's so much more. I'll be covering them very briefly right now. But you have to watch this part of this video if you're serious about improving and you want to maximize your chance of ranking up. You need to have the game knowledge before anything. So here's a quick recap of that video's section. There's mainly 3 situations you can be in: a neutral state, an advantage, and a disadvantage state. Neutral is when both players are in equal positions and your goal here is to get the advantage using a weapon throw, movements, or throw a safe attack with low risk. If you are in an advantage, profit from it and think of ways to keep it or make it even better. If you're in a disadvantage, never attack and use your movements to get yourself out of there and go back to neutral, or just put yourself in a better one. Whenever you are in any of these 3 situations, you should make the right decision to put yourself in the better one. If you make the wrong decisions, you increase your chance of getting hit and the chance of losing the game. On the other hand, if you make the right decisions, you decrease your chance of getting hit and you increase your chance of hitting the opponent, which is getting closer to the win essentially. Once again, I explain all of this in more details in this video, so make sure you stop right here, go watch that part of the video, and then come back. Step 2. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. Once you learn what's good and what's bad, you now have more clarity on why you lost the game. Every single time you get hit is because you made a mistake. You wouldn't have gotten hit in the first place if you made the right decision. Sometimes the mistake is not even what you did on the spot, but it's the thing that led you in that position. Meaning the mistake can be like 2 engagements behind or 3 engagements behind, and it led you to the bad position you were in. So watch the replay and ask yourself, why did I get hit? What did I do wrong? How did I end up here? Or maybe you want to know why you won the game. Same thing, ask yourself, how did I win? How can I duplicate the same situation in the future? Was it just luck, or have I actually made the right decision? Learn how to ask yourself those questions. Over a long period of time of doing this, you will get so much better at identifying and solving the problems much faster. But like I said before, you need to have a better understanding of the game first. Step 2.5. Pick a good or a bad habit. After watching the replay, you now want to pick either one good habit to refine or one bad habit to work on. Listen carefully, I said 1, not 2, not 3, no, just 1. For the bad habits, choose the most common one that you did more often than the others, because it's usually the one that is holding you back the most. If you are anything below 2000 elo or below 1900, you want to focus more on the bad habits. Focus on removing first. Get rid of all of them before you start adding things to your gameplay, because you need that free space first. Step 3. What's the better alternative? After you chose the mistake you want to work on, or the good habit that you want to refine, the next question you want to be asking yourself is, what could have I done better in that situation? How can I make the best out of this situation? What's the right decision? Take some time to think and find the solution to your mistakes. But what if you don't really know the right thing to go for in that situation? What if you don't have the solution in mind? This is where we go to step 3.5, which is copy pro players. Sometimes you won't have the answers to your problems. If you don't know what's the better thing to go for in that situation, here's what you should do. Watch a tournament and look very carefully at what a pro player do in that same exact situation you were in. Pro players didn't end up in a tournament VOD by luck. No, They study and understand the game more than any other players out there. And so pretty much they did the job for you. They are always making the right decisions. All you have to do is literally just copy them. The only people who can counter those decisions are other pro players or some high elo players. I'm talking like 2600 plus, right? So up until you reach that point in elo, copying pro is like picking the perfect decision to do. Step 4, have clear intentions. So at this point, you understand the game mechanics and the fundamentals to a good level. You identified what's wrong and what's right in your gameplay. You've picked either one good or a bad habit. You found the alternative for it, and you know what's the best decision in that specific situation. Now, all you need to do is literally just set a clear goal, a clear intention on what you will do in the next games. For example, when you go in your future games, have this intention of like, when I'm off stage, I will not go back to stage with an attack. When I'm in the air, I will not land with an attack. When I'm in neutral, I will use more weapon throws. On axe, I will use more enlights. Something like that, right? And step 4.5 is literally just implement what you said you will do. Go in a ranked game or a sparring session with the intention of doing X. Make sure it's just one thing at a time. Fix one thing at a time. Change one thing. Focus on one thing. Once you're done with that one thing, move on to the next one, okay? A quick disclaimer I want to make here. You will not succeed at this from the first try, okay? The chance of you dropping 100 or 200 elo even trying to fix your gameplay is very, very likely, okay? It's completely normal. I just want you to keep that in mind if you lose whilst trying to use your brain in game and actually like, you know, thinking about your attacks and movements, and you start losing more than usual, you know? If that happens, just understand that it's literally a sign that you are on the right track, okay? The real breakthrough is coming very, very soon, just once you get the hang of it, of how does it actually work, right? You only need just some time of failure, so just keep pushing and don't care about elo at all. At least like if you care about elo, practice this in your sparring sessions to learn and improve without dropping in elo. Step 5, review your progress. The point of this step is not to find new things to work on or identify the mistakes you're doing, but just to watch if you're actually making progress on the thing you said you will fix or not. Watch the replay and see if that mistake is just as often as before or not. Are you actually doing what you intended, or are you on autopilot? If you're not making progress, you have to go in future games with more focus and say your intentions out loud so that you don't forget them. Literally, say out loud. Don't do wake-ups. Don't gravity cancel. Don't recover to stage with an attack. Use more enlights. Use weapon throws, etc, etc. I found that it's the best way to actually fix a bad habit is by saying it out loud and not forgetting, you know, because sometimes we just do stuff automatically without thinking at all, and so we need to put so much effort if you want to get rid of them. Once you're finished with one habit, be it like a good or a bad one, it's time to move on to step 6, the final step. Step 6, repeat. Here's a recap of what you will do. Watch the replay and ask yourself, why did I get hit, or why did I hit him? And remember that the mistake can be 2 engagements behind. Pick either one good habit to refine or one bad habit to work on. For the bad habits, choose the most common one. Ask yourself, what could have I done better in that situation? If you don't know the answer, watch pros in the same situation as you and copy them. Go in game with the intention of doing X. Watch the replay and look if you're having success or not, and then repeat. Try watching about 2 or 3 replays every day. This maybe is the most boring task you can do to improve, honestly, I'm not gonna lie here, which is just to sit there and actually try to understand your mistakes, right? But it's the one with the highest return. There's nothing in this game, there's no other practice that will give you better results than this one. Like, trust me when I say that, right? I literally tried everything when it comes to getting better at this game. And maybe if you're still not sure whether you can do this or not, and you want my help with it, where we hop on a call and we do it together, then go ahead and check the first link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, do all that YouTube shit, right? And I'll see you in the next one, bro. Take care.